This meeting is being recorded.
Hi, everybody. I am, what would you call this shirt? You call it fuchsia?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't either. I said mauve, but that wasn't even close.
No, no.
I was
it's fuchsia.
Fuchsia.
Yeah, fuchsia. There you go. Well, welcome to the Tuesday Titans meeting where we learn, we study stuff and learn how to do this business and be better at it. Be better leaders, be better people, get our ideas about things, maybe a little kick in the butt and a kick in the pants, and help us get our ideas and thoughts about ourselves a little bit better. That's actually going to be my my topic tonight, and I'm just going to get right into it. We have, I'm sure everyone has heard of affirmations, and that's where you tell yourself you are something, you have something, you act as if you already have it. And I don't know about you, but sometimes the little voice inside of me goes, "Oh crap, that's true. That's not true. You don't have that. You don't have that." Hi, Mary. We were just talking about Jeannie and her person, and we're excited that she's ranking up to director.
Yeah. Woohoo! Yep. It's pretty exciting. Manager, director.
That's
So we got, yep. We're moving along.
Yep, we are. And you're out of school right now, so life is good.
Out of school. Yep.
Out of teaching. Well, we're starting out talking about affirmations. And we've all made them, we've all done them. And some of the most profound things that I've studied over the last 2 weeks are from the book called Little Book of Affirmations, not Affirmations. Because, and it looks at them in a totally different light and actually uses what our subconscious mind is set up to do, and that is to take care of you and answer questions. And so he talks about it, and it's Dr. St. John. I got to tell you the full name. I got it on my phone. Dr. Noah St. John, the great little book of Affirmations. An O. So this is what that looks like. Instead of making statements about yourself, about your finances, about your life, and then trying to convince your subconscious mind, it butts up against it, and it tells you, no, you're not that, you're not this, and you don't have that. So this is based on, I highly recommend this book. It's really short too. So you ask your subconscious mind things about things that you really want to be your reality, but ask it why you have it. And it sounds like this. Why am I so likable? Why do people like to work with me? Why do lots of leaders, people have leadership ability, want to work with me? Why are they seeking me out? Why are my finances, now that I have a financial planner, going to be solid? Why does my bank account this? Why is this? And I actually picked some that would specifically have to do with our ideas about money and success. And I have a list. I'll be sending it out. Don't worry about taking notes. I'll have them up on the on our group chat thread and Telegram. But these really resonated with me because some people, I know I've had some in the past, like my self-limiting ideas where I could never have that much money, or I could never make that much money. I don't know why. Maybe my dad grew up in Star Valley, Wyoming. My mom lived in they had 5 kids, and their mom made a living by sewing, doing piecework. And my dad lived in a 3-room cabin until he got back from the military. brought water to the house. So I think it was just some of those ideas that filtered down that I needed to put in their place. So I want to read these to you, and as we're doing that, think about how you would say it. Actually, I'm not going to share it. It'll be a little bit distracting. I'm just going to. Okay. So here are questions you can ask your subconscious mind, and do it all day long when you don't have anything to do. Just start thinking, why is my team so successful? Why am I going to be at senior presidential by the time the convention comes? That question right there, my brain's already figuring stuff out, because you're going to do this, 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 and this. So it's telling me what I'm going to do, but it's what I want to do anyway. So the first question, why is my bank account so healthy? Second question, why am I worth having a positive net worth? Why am I worth having a positive net worth? Why does my income always exceed my expenses? Why do I use my life of abundance to greatly enrich the lives of others? Why do my investments pay off so richly now that I have sound advice? Why is money so magnetized to me? Why do I have permission to be wildly wealthy? Why am I a happy, sharing, caring money magnet? Why do I enjoy the huge benefits I bring to others through my wonderful abundance? Why can I be wonderfully wealthy and deeply spiritual at the same time? Why is money such a wonderful gift to me? Why do I teach my children the fine art of giving and receiving? I'm going to send these to you, but I'm going to ask anyone, if anyone can think of a positive word that our English dictionary has about people who really care about money. Anybody?
Positive word.
Hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I think of receptivity, fluidity.
But you could say that about anyone, but specifically somebody who has a lot of money and loves money. Can you
I
think?
know those people. They're very fluid and they're very receptive.
Yes. But in general, we have negative words like miserly and
Greedy.
Scrooge and greedy and selfish. Isn't that weird? We don't think of like a philanthropist, but when we talk about a philanthropist, that implies that person has to give their money away in order to have a positive outlook from others about that money. So I want you to think of good relationships you have with people. We talk good to each other. We say good things to each other. We, in order to maintain that relationship, we nurture it. We don't have, if negative thoughts come up about our partner, we do what we do, and we just, as long as things aren't, deal breakers, like, oh, by the way, he beats me or something like that. But everybody has their little idiosyncrasies. I'm relating that to our relationship with money. Excuse me. Why would money be attracted to us if we talk negatively about it or have negative thoughts about it?
Right.
We're going to repel money coming to us. And I feel a huge sneeze coming on. Just bear with me. There it is. Yeah, got it out. So my point tonight is to kind of stoke up the thoughts about what are my thoughts about money and having a lot of money. And people say, well, we should help the world. Let me tell you, one of the best ways to help the poor is not to be one of them. Because if you have lots of wealth, you can help a lot of people. And in that way, erase any negative thoughts we have about money. I continually do that when things crop up, self-limiting thoughts about money, or just negative thoughts about, people who have a lot of money. I thought that was interesting that our language doesn't have a positive word to describe, all in one word, someone who has a lot of money, who's a really good person, give some of it away, but we don't have words about that. It's mostly negative, like Scrooge and things like that. Would anybody like to add to that conversation? First of all, what you're feeling, or if you're thinking about some of the thoughts you may have had, or maybe another statement about, or a question, excuse me, to your subconscious that you want to work on. Nobody. Then I would also add to those things, why am I such a good sponsor? Why do people want to be on my team? Why do people love being on my team? Why do I help so many people reach their goals? All of those things that are wrapped up in building this LifeWay business, throughout the day. Just keep asking yourself those questions to the subconscious mind, where the outcome of that is something really, really positive. Started doing this.
I love I'm going to add to what you mentioned. I love the whole change of paradigm with all these questions. It really changes something inside that is just like Karina was saying, that becomes fluid.
Yes.
And simple and just common sense.
Yes. And you know what? This morning I was in the sauna, and I, my mind was just going wherever it went. I just finished working out, and I'm in the sauna, and I go, okay, yeah, I'm going to go to my questions. What's really weird, that I've been doing it maybe 2 weeks now. What's really weird now, when I ask the questions that I've already asked, the answers come really quickly, because you're this, and you do this, and this, and this, and this, and this, rather than stating something, I am this, I do this, or I'm going to have, it's so different. And
yeah, it's not forcing, pretending. It's seeing. My spiritual teacher would say it's viewing from the end, already assuming that you are there and that you are that, and then and then everything rushes to you to become that without effort.
Absolutely. And it changes my self-talk. I'm
Yep.
pretty good at self-talk, but I have to admit that sometimes negative thoughts come in, and then I just have to recognize it, and then ask, where is that coming from? Where is that negative thought? Sometimes, if I don't have a lot of stuff going on, like phone calls with people, and I have text threads and all that stuff, these little negative thoughts come in, and it's really odd, because they have nothing to do with reality. But then I'll ask myself, go with it, let it feel. Where is it coming from? Where do I feel it? And then let it pass through me, and then start asking my questions again. It works really well. I've really enjoyed it. And I was really excited to share it with everybody. I was going to do it last week, but then we had the other thing, the Dr. Tivoli interview, which was great, by the way.
Yeah, I've watched it. It was excellent.
Mm-hmm. Man, when you think, would I have been receptive to that 12 years ago, before X39? I don't know. I might have, but wow, what a great time. He joined at a really, really great time.
Got a question, if I may ask.
Yeah, Rob, please.
So let's go back 3.5 years. This is just either when you were just starting or just prior to Lifeless.
Dear.
What was going on in your mind at that point about money? And because you've had success for 3.5 years, did that change your whole thinking process about it? You know, to where you can actually ask these questions of yourself in a positive way like you do. Could you have done that 3.5 years ago?
3.5 years ago, I did. I had goals, and I really saw this and said, this is it. This is my home. This is what I'm doing. But there were some interesting situations that maybe motivated me a little bit more. And I had purchased expensive lasers and started a rental program. And I had this thought go through my head several times. What if something happens to me? Carla's on the hook. My wife's on the hook for these payments on these lasers. She doesn't know one thing about them. I need to go to work and just pay those suckers off. And then Savvy called me, and I said, this is it. This clinic's closed for 2.5 months. I'm going to go to work. And I just, when I heard, do 3, 3, 1, I heard 300, 300, 300. My ideas were a lot bigger than that. Like Dr. Davoli said, he was making like 60 calls a day to chiropractic offices. I was sending out a lot of texts and instant messages to get this thing going. I knew I had a couple of months that I could just put everything into it. But you know what? In the back of my mind, we didn't know what was going to happen in COVID. I didn't, looking back, I probably shouldn't have been as alarmed as I should have been. But I did it out of motivation to make sure that my wife, if I did get the disease and I died, she wouldn't even know what to do with these things, and she would be stuck with it. So that was part of my motivation. I think the big part is that I just really knew I could do it, and it felt good because it spoke to the healthcare person heart that I have, where I just wanted to help people. And I said, I can focus on that, on helping them. And I didn't even know what a manager, director, I didn't even know what those positions were. And I got a thing said, hey, you're at the manager. Cool. Hey, you're at the director level. Cool. But I was just working, putting people on the right, back and forth on the right, left, like that. And then the left leg took off faster. And so it made it so I just focused on the right side. That's probably more than you wanted to know, but there was a bit going on back then. I didn't have I can't say that I had any self-doubts. It was just my positive purpose and thinking. I just knew it was going to work. And so I went to work and just kept doing it. I didn't care. There was a time when I had some, what are they going to think of me? My colleagues and, they're doctors and blah, blah, blah. Then I just had to, work through that and move on. Just contact them, let the chips fall where they may. They may not like it. I don't care. It's not for everybody. And some people I've never even heard back from, some of those doctors, but it's okay. That helped answer the question. That was a lot.
But what I was focused on was, were you positive enough to be able to have asked those questions back then, like you're asking them today, in that positive vein? I
had never heard of that, asking those questions. I wish I would have known about him back then. But everything has its season, and this happened to come to me right now. This book came my way, and it was actually through my wife. She likes to listen to audiobooks while she's doing the stair thing and her yoga, not her yoga, but in on the stair climber thing. And she doing a different one. She said, you should really, I think you're really going to like this book. And she told me a little about it. And I said, I already know I'm going to like it. So then I started listening to it. So I can turn it on while I'm working out, when I'm in the sauna, whatever. And I actually learn. I'm a good audio learner when I'm doing other things. It doesn't distract me at all. Well, I'm very fortunate on that. I don't have to sit down and read something. Actually, I think I learn better by listening than I do sitting, because I get too bored when I'm reading. Just sitting there. It's like I like to be moving. What's the title? It is called the something little book. The Great Little Book of Affirmations. It's Dr. Noah St. John. He actually does the reading on that book. It says, incredibly simple questions, amazingly powerful results. And I 100% agree. And one of my things that I've been doing has to do with my practice. Great Little Book of Affirmations. Thank you, Mary. I am asking, why do we have so many new patients coming to us? We had patients come down from Spokane yesterday. We've had lots of new patients. It's crazy. Why do we have so many new patients? Why do people like to come to the practice? Why does it feel so good? I ask these questions. Why do they feel good when they're here? Why do we help so many people? And it's just crazy how it's doing that. And the same thing is with LifeWave. I ask this very similar questions, but more pertinent specifically to LifeWave. We all have the same comp plan. We all have the same products. We all have the capability of getting to senior director. It's just overcoming ourselves. The whole thing is a big mind gymnastics match with our preconceived ideas about who we are and what we can accomplish. And they're not necessarily conscious, but going back and deconstructing the ideas that were given to us, maybe not intentionally, maybe by ourselves. These agreements that we talked about before, where we made an agreement because somebody said I was a loser, blah, blah, blah. And then it was subconsciously, I accepted that. Here's a little handshake, and that's as far as I'm going to go. So we go back, we deconstruct, we rebuild the things that we had to deconstruct. And now, guess what? We're a better leader. And now we can share through strength with our team. And I think starting somebody out with this little book of affirmations is a really good place to start. I don't know if you've seen this, but generations, I've been treating 3 different generations of patients. And there are trends with every family that comes in. They're either the whole family, the parents, the grandparents, the parents, and the kids are successful, except you get, the black sheep of the family. But there are families for generations who don't have 2 pennies to rub together. And they come in and it's always a financial hardship and woe, and this happened and this happened. And you just wonder how much of that is just mindset and things that they were taught and they believed. And that is that, it must be nice to have that much money, but our families never had it. And so then they never have it. So think about that and go through and maybe just tweak a few things, start asking yourself those questions. But first think about the outcome of the question, what's the end result of that question, is start backwards and then ask the question about what you really truly want. And that's how our subconscious mind works. It answers our questions. It helps us fulfill those things that we want, but instead of asking it or stating it, we're asking, why am I this? Why am I that? Any questions before we wrap it up? Question? I love this. Thanks. You're welcome. Okay, welcome. Get that book. It's real short. You'll love it. It's great. It's a great way to start out your morning. And then after you've done kind of the basic stuff, is go a little bit deeper. And because things are going to be revealed about yourself and your thoughts and your preconceived ideas our parents taught us. You know, my parents made it through the Depression. Some of that I probably got. A lot of that I've been able to just kind of make it so it's not part of me anymore. Somebody actually said something in the chat. Really good. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot to work with. Yeah, isn't that true? And you know what? Every day it's like something new, asking these questions. And I'm getting, even though I'm asking the same questions, I'm getting more reasons why than I did when I first started. So that's been really fun too. I really enjoy, and thanks for coming tonight. I really enjoy this camaraderie and talking about these things. I think when you have to teach something, you learn more than the people that you were teaching. So I'm really grateful for that. So we'll plan on next Tuesday at 6:30 Mountain Time. You guys have
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
great
good night.
week.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.